We in? Yeah, we're in. Alright, hello guys, the Overplayer here. And today this is not really the start of a new series, but it's kind of gonna be the introduction. I'm gonna start doing this whole Zombies Challenge series, where I will go into any map in Zombies and try to do as many challenges as I can that can be counted as a record, like no jug, no power, stuff like that. Concerning Easter eggs and speedruns, those will come at a later date. Just because obviously I don't know all the Easter eggs, and those will take a long time to learn. I will probably do some like before and afters and take you guys through with each episode. Like I'll do a like Der Eisendrach Easter egg episode 1. And I'll just keep going from there. And I will only use classic gobblegums, as I find that if you don't have, unless you have like every single really good mega gobblegum and a ton of them, you can't really do much in terms of like the mega gobblegum things. And I really don't want to be hitting the machine that much. Well, I think gobblegums are a good addition. I think a lot of the new gobblegums are way overpowered. I know that what is it, zombierecords.com? Yeah. I know they've banned some of them, but I really think more need to be. You can go watch people's videos where they have thousands of points on round 1, you can have unlimited downs. I don't know, in my opinion it's just ridiculous. So we're gonna roll with just the classics, and we're gonna be playing on local if we're going for high rounds, just so I don't get disconnected or anything. Unfortunately with starting rooms, this means there are only 3 good gobblegums, which are stock option, 4. Stock option, in plain sight, anywhere but here, and alchemical antithesis. And anywhere but here doesn't even work on all the maps. I don't know if I'll be doing No Man's Land in this series, because it's not, I don't think it's on the leaderboard, it's on zombierecords.com. My goal is to get at least in the top 10, I think, for each of them. I don't know. Now that, also I won't be doing like just high round challenges or like speedrun around 100, because those things take forever. And I want to keep these episodes short and entertaining. And I know while first room isn't exactly the most entertaining, like once you get to round 10, then things really start to pick up. Or even round 8 or 9 in some cases. Fortunately, I don't know why, but a lot of people aren't doing these kind of challenges right now. Or if they are, they're not really, a lot of people aren't trying them. So like, as long as you get round 15 or 16, you can pretty much get on the leaderboard, which is really nice for me. I haven't submitted anything yet, unfortunately, because I don't have a flash drive at the moment capable of doing so, which is why this video will be coming out late. But yeah. I might be doing speedrun around 30 though. Depending on how long I can, or how fast I can do it in, and how well I know the maps. Like an Ascension, I can probably do it. Kino, but like Garage is obviously a much more complicated map and would require a bit of time, and so would whatchamacallit, Revelations. So I'll either have to train a bit for that, or, you know, not do it. And right now, as obviously, we're just doing the Kino first room as a starting one. Right now, my PB is 22. And I need my quick revive. And my hope is I'd like to get to round, the world record is round 42. but on the if you go onto zombie records, the top 10 starts from 16 and goes up to 42. So if you'd like to participate, if you want to get on the leaderboard, round 16 really isn't that hard in this room. Once you know, if you know how to train right here, it's really easy. Doesn't take too long. I've also been trying out Brucht, which I will say is very hard. On both sides, more just because the strat I use actually involves switching sides because I find it extremely hard to train on the quick revive side because there's like 3 windows and there's one small room to train in. And we don't have World at War logic where you can easily squeeze past zombies. You know, it's body blocking is a thing, so it's much easier to go onto the jug side and just stay there, get in plain sight, and continue. The only problem is every time you want to get quick revive, you have to get in anywhere but here, pop it, and then you switch sides. And if you don't know what I mean by that, because the rooms are so small, anywhere but here doesn't work in, you can't, no, sorry, anywhere but here can't work in just one room. Anytime you pop it, you will switch over to the opposite side. If you're on jug, you'll go to quick. If you are on quick, you'll go to jug. There's a surprising amount of camping on those maps, or not on those maps, on Rucked. Like, I think it's rounds, like 6 to 10 you actually camp for the beginning part. But I'm not entirely sure. The, videos were lagging out for me at the time I was watching them. So I'll have to check back up on them. And for the, I'll put the, I put the link in the description for just the website, zombierecords.com, so that way you guys can see what I'm going for and what kind of challenges. From what I can remember, or at least the ones I'd like to do, there's no jug, first room. I might do the Easter egg on the ones I can do solo, but I'm not sure. And then obviously first room. Oh, I shouldn't have. There we go. Sorry. Dogs are much harder in the first room than you would think. Just because I think I'm not sure if they get more health, but obviously you kind of have to reload after every time. And when 2 of them come, they can both, 2 of them can hit very easily. Just what the doctor ordered. It's nice to have sort of a quick round. Alright, now we're probably going to start training and just stop smashing things up windows. Excuse me. And, yeah. The training strat really isn't that hard. For the first rooms, the only hard part about them really is just whenever you get a nuke or it's the beginning of a round and all of them are feeding out of the windows at the same time, it can be hard to round them up if you don't know what you're doing. It's why I was usually dying on like round 10 early on, before I knew what I was doing. But like from round 8 to 10, it's really easy just to circle around like this. Just cut back through. But what people don't realize is that during the later rounds, you have to stay on each side for a little bit. You gotta stay right here, and then you kind of just gotta slowly move here. That way you can actually get past without getting hit. And these things, that's a lot of maps have those types of tiny little niches that you really have to pay attention to. And that's really how people do stuff like this, and it gets around like 35 in the starting room or something like that. You know how to say owned in Russian? Owned! You know, you notice with power-ups, I often try to, like if I'll get an insta-kill or something during the end of the round, I'll actually keep it. And that's because power-ups are way more involved with how these first room challenges work, or like what the records are, because obviously if you let's say you don't get an insta-kill or a nuke or a death machine for all of round 35, that means it will take about, I'm just guessing, 30 to 45 minutes for just that one round. Maybe? I'm not sure. But if you do have one of those, it can easily get rid of entire hordes in just one power-up. Is that how you... one power-up? I'm not sure exactly what the correct term is, but you get the point. You also have to be very diligent about your gobblegum choices. Not gobblegum choices, but when you activate your gobblegums. I have the terrible habit of not using them enough, or not reacting fast enough, and so I always end up going down. You want to use it when you're 2 hit, but if you know you can't escape, or you think you might get hit from behind, or you're about to get cornered, just use it. It really doesn't hurt, and it's a lot of the high round people, but you'll see like every round they're using at least one gobblegum.
I'm out of ammo. Maybe I should just drink instead. Piss on someone.
Fine. In plain sight I don't find as good because you don't get immunity instantly when you use it. If you don't know, when you pop a gobblegum like in plain sight or anywhere but here, there's a small window of time where you actually can't get hit, and it's basically where the gum like pops out of your mouth and forms a bubble. But with in plain sight, there's less of that invincibility time. However, with anywhere but here, as soon as you hit that up button on the D-pad, you pop, you leave to wherever you need to go, if that makes sense. And let me know in the comments what you guys want to see first, in terms of like what challenges you want me to do. I will eventually end up doing as many as I can, but as of right now, I don't know exactly how I'm going to be doing it or what order. I'm going to be doing it for all the original maps too, such as like I'm going to do it on Grog Kirby, all those things. The only challenges I won't be doing are speedruns to round 50 and up, and like super high round challenges. Just because I know that's not really going to be exciting for you guys, and you won't want to watch hours of gameplay of that. But when I do something like a first room challenge, you know, it's always pretty exciting because I'm constantly getting hit or having close calls. And if you don't believe me, there you go. Yeah. Now, the only problem with going up here is that it's kind of hard to round them all up. But I'm gonna do my best and not die. Right. Okay, so let's do the back and forth. I might... No, I don't. Alright. Yeah, sometimes that actually won't work, and I have to go back in there, and it's actually possible to get out of there if you have a full horde, if they're running fast enough and you know what you're doing. But it's very difficult. Ooh, what's that? Insta-kill. I will grab that happily. No, no, no.
on, you bitches!
Excuse me? And that's why you get used to copying a gobblegum.
Hey, they'll get up already. Sheesh.
That was disappointing. I should have just ran. Yeah, that's the one thing you have to do in this. Because your weapons are so low power, you can't just stay in while someone hits you, kill them. It's
You know
not.
what, so
You will
vodka
almost
tastes
certainly
like
die.
vodka.
Alright. I usually just stuck at all my grenades. See.
Hey, Satan's minions!
Yeah, you can see right there, it's very easy to die. Especially when they start spawning really close. Oh, no.
Why am I so heavy now?
Alright, round 13. Now I will give you guys a tidbit of advice if you didn't know. Buy Quick Revive as soon as possible because you can't get death machines without buying Quick Revive. I don't know really why that is. I think it's kind of a stupid rule, especially if you're doing a no revive challenge. Oh, that will be something else we do. A no revive challenge. I don't know. Maybe. Depending on what rounds I can get to. And what rounds are on the leaderboard. You'll also see I start sliding a lot, and this is because once you initiate your slide, you're pretty much invincible and you move much faster. If you find you keep dying a lot because you can't run fast enough, sliding is such a huge help. And another insta-kill. Alright. Another thing we must take in mind is window awareness. And if you don't know what window awareness is, this is something that where you must, it's kind of obvious, but if you have to pay attention to the windows near to where your training are. For example, I cannot keep my eyes off this window. Just because that's what that entails. Like, if I'm going through here, I have to keep my eyes on it so I know when to loop around. If there are no zombies coming, I can go like right up against it, and that makes things a lot easier. But otherwise, I have to do a tight loop. Right. Now sometimes what I like to do is, instead of going all the way over, just do a tight little loop right there at first. Right. That was kind of a stupid move. I probably should have popped my in plain sight, but whatever. You can see how much that helps. It really keeps them over to that one side. Oh, what's that? We're getting a lot of power-ups. Oh, it's a nuke. Right, there we go. Like I said before, power-ups are the keys to getting the high rounds. If you can get lucky with your power-ups, you will have no problems getting into the late teens, early 20s. And believe it or not, it actually gets easier as time goes on. Oh, this was a terrible idea. I should not have... Oh, do we only have... How many zombies do we have left? I don't know if wiggling helps. I'm just gonna do it anyways. You can see I constantly keep my screen allocated on these two windows and the stairs to my left. Okay, I think this is the last horde of the round. I don't even know if there are multiple hordes on round 14, but same thing.
Which one of you crap your pants?
I probably will be uploading the 22 round one short. I don't know when these are all going out, depending on when I get a better flash drive. Also, something is, if you've ever seen a first room challenge, there we go, you'll notice that they often, whatever, even if it's on Black Ops 1, you'll notice they keep a pistol, no matter what room, no matter what you have at first. You must always keep a pistol or buy a pistol to use, because pistols give the most mobility, and without it, if you keep like an AR or a shotgun, then that can really hinder your mobility and won't allow you to make very tight turns. And I might. Okay. Now I will say, you will. If you're just starting out on first room challenges, you will not be able to do stuff like that, I don't think. Or if you're a beginner zombies player by any means, don't just pop your gobblegums. I often, like I said before, I'm so stupid, or not stupid, negligent. That's the word. I never pay attention to where my gobblegums can be used or when would be the best time for them. And this often involves me going down, like before, when I really shouldn't have.
You Bolshevik dogs!
So comment what you guys would like me to do as a first challenge. Would you like me to do a speed run or a first room challenge, no power? Or if you would like me to do super high round stuff, or at least try for it. I will admit I've never really gone for anything above 50 before. I know I can, it's just I've been caught up with IW multiplayer, but as of right now, I don't have good enough internet to play that. So zombies will be the main thing we stick with. See, I should have used my gobblegum like first thing right there, and while I do hit it, the up button, I don't often hit it fast enough. Alright. And then this is the hard part. Looping them all up after you have... Yeah. That's one of the hardest things, getting up and then actually being able to get back into it. But you can see that it's not hard to get to high rounds. Not high rounds, I should say, but good rounds in the starting room. And once you know how the strats, you'll be golden. I will also be doing tutorial videos on stuff like this. Like in this video right here, I showed you how to do the Kino starting room pretty well. I'm probably gonna do a better one at that, so I can actually and I'll probably cut out parts of it if I can. That way it's just a tutorial and not an explanation of other things. But alright, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a player out.